Παράθυρο. Sorry. So I want to make sure it is connected. So, give me a moment to share my screen. It's stuck. Παράθυρο. Civil protection. So can you see that, right?
Yes.
Yes, Christina.
Okay, that sounds perfect. So, hello everyone, I'm Cristina Gattoiani from Kemea, and I will be hosting today's workshop. Natalie Mori from Web Genesis as the use case developer, and Katia Panagidi as the technical manager are going to present you a detailed walkthrough of the use case of civil protection built within the EO4EU project. Thank you.
Hello, good morning. I'm Nathalie Moret. I'm a software analyst in Web Genesis. I will try to share my screen if I can.
Yes, one moment to present a little bit of the agenda. And I will share the screen, and I will, you can share the screen then. So I will try to explain you who we are. We are a European collaborative project comprising 18 partner organizations and coordinated by University of Athens. But what the EO4EU does, in more simple words, the platform uses smart computer programs to help manage and analyze large amounts of Earth observation data. It combines cloud computing, which uses internet-based service, with many powerful computer systems to handle and process these big data workloads efficiently for different purposes. This is achieved by connecting with existing major EO4EU data sources, such as we have the Destin, GEOS, Inspire, Copernicus, and etc., by offering several tools and services to access this kind of data and analyze and visualize them. So, we are trying to create, within all this technology, we are trying to create a decision-making tool based on these abilities that provides us the Earth observation data, and that could be beneficial for various end users. EO4EU has developed innovative tools and methodologies that enable domain experts, professionals, and citizens to fully harness the advantages of Earth observation data for informed decision-making. Our goal is to improve access to and explore EO4EU Earth observation data, thereby supporting sectors such as agriculture, environmental monitoring, and urban development. So the platform has been too supportive because, as you can understand, this is a technological initiative. It has been designed to support a diverse range of stakeholders by offering both user-friendly tools and advanced technical services. Non-technical users, such as citizens and public organizations, can easily explore and interpret this kind of data without prior technical expertise. Meanwhile, policymakers, scientists, environmental agencies, and industry stakeholders can leverage the platform to gain valuable insights for environmental policies, urban planning, disaster management, and climate resilience. The platform also enables environmental all these kind of stakeholders to monitor real-time environmental conditions and natural events efficiently, facilitating proactive decision-making and response. For that purpose, we have designed 7 different use cases in multiple sectors. Today, we are focusing on use case 7, improving civil protection activity using EO4EU data as acquired datasets. So, delving in the main objectives of our agenda, we will explore the primal goals of the use case and examine the significance of these Earth observation data in the fields of civil protection activities, such as risk wildfire maps that Natalie will present you. Katja will give you the overview of the EO4EU platform, explain you how all these machine learning and algorithm tools behind this use case have been developed and integrated into the platform. There we have opportunity, of course, for questions, and we will allocate some minutes, 20, 30 minutes in the end for hands-on session, for testing and evaluation of the platform. Since we know that our audience is both technical and non-technical, we will try to explain everything as simply as we can. If you don't understand, of course, anything, please don't hesitate to ask us between the sessions. We are more happy to provide you more explanations. So thank you from my side. I will give the floor directly to Natalie.
Thanks, Christina. Good morning again. Let's go on with the presentation. I try to share my screen. To share windows. Okay. Can you see my screen? Is it okay?
Yes.
Okay. So the main goal of this use case is to improve the use of Earth observation dataset, and the EO4EU platform has a service to enhance prevention and response in civil protection services by developing a cloud-based system for real-time risk management in natural and handmade risk. The goal is to help civil protection in their activity in providing timely geographic information tailored in short time preparedness and in order to support the first responders in their in response to dynamic events like forest fire, flash floods, or earthquake. In that case, we focus in particular in the fire risk, and more precisely in the likelihood that a fire fit can spread. A fire, of course, can propagate more or less rapidly in a given area under specific weather condition. Since, of course, what are the challenges? There is a big need for fast, reliable, and fully automated processing that work from start to finish and combine information from current and future observation satellites available 24/7, together with maps that are updated every year or season. So the outline are to equip the civil protection decision support system with function of creating, distributing contextualized high-resolution fire risk bulletin. Other outline goal is to improve, as I said, short-time fire susceptibility forecast for precisely it has been done for Sicily, for current province scale, we have 9 provinces in Sicily, to the scale of municipality, with more than 390 municipalities in there, dynamically accounting for land use, which that means with a frequency of yearly disponibility to vegetal fuel seasonally, and weather information. The result of this the result is to provide a daily fire risk forecast map for the next 2-3 days at a different scale, provincial, regional, municipal, and for different level of risk. So what was the motivation to explore this theme? Since the main stalker involved in this use case is the civil protection of Sicily, and since in the last 15 years, Sicily has been ravaged by violent fire. The stakeholders required to focus and to handle this problem, and such potential was expected to be exploited inside the EO4EU platform. With the implementation of the solution, we try to replicate the model and to extend it to other area, and it was the case for Dacia and Parnitha in Greece. We can say that these areas have quite similar characteristic as we have in Sicily, as they are in Sicily, with the high frequency of fire sports, the presence of high calorific tree-based fuel vegetation, and a lot of variable peaks of harsh weather in the high fire season. What can be the benefit from EO4EU? Is therefore very useful for this use case, as it provides easy access to the high resolution EU data and data-borne. We don't need to create any API. We don't need to download any data. We just have to go inside the platform or use the platform to find our specific EU data. And also another point is the facility the platform has to integrate the in-situ data, that is the local data, and to combine them with the EO data set. More aspect, it's a scalability quality. We will see that the solution has been explored, extend to 2 areas, but we can say that it could be easily extended to other European zone. And the level of risk is configurable. That means that some countries use 3 levels to express the level of risk, or the 4 and even until 5 levels. So it's easily configurable in the platform. Who can benefit of this service? Of course, the solution has been designed for first responder to be implemented in the applications in their control room, but it could be of interest for farmer, owner, forest and urban player in their adjusting activity of, for example, for irrigation or controlled burning. Let's go now for the execution of the process. The use case relies on the use of different kind of data set. We have in situ, we can include, as I said before, in situ data, local data. We provide the condition and information on the ground, of course, and these data can be combined with the EO dataset. Let's go on in detail with the dataset regarding the Earth observation data. We use different kind of the risk. The risk map which is produced consists of different components. We have the meteorological component. We give the temperature, the humidity, the wind speed, and the direction, and the cumulative rainfall during the day. This data is very important. That can give an indication about the direction and the propagation of the fire towards the new fuel condition. And it's the dataset, or the dataset is providing by the fire risk map from the UMSAT. It's with a region of 3 kilometers. It gives only a classification of the danger. We selected this data set because for its earlier availability, 12 at 12, and most of the time I can say, and even before. Also components, the state of vegetation, components, which give information on land surface temperature and the vegetation health. We get the last 10 days NDVI composite data set. It's a 10 days window. It's give information of the health of the vegetation, and it's available three times a month. This data set is compared with a historical 10-year average collecting during a period of max kenosis. That correspond to the month of March and April for South Italy and also for Greece. And the last component, the vegetation characteristic, with indication of flammable and combustible species, the water content and the biomass of the forest, and it's provided by the EO derived land cover data of the vegetation characteristic with the region of maximum 100 meters. For that case, we prefer to use the current land cover, which was more reliable with respect to the last Sentinel-2. Let's regarding the in situ data, that is data on, referred to the context ground. For this, which concerns the static risk characteristic, important is the morphology. We affect we affect the spread of the fire. Of course, we study the slope. We can speed the propagation, the exposure. Face exposed at southwest, of course, are more are more involved in the propagation, and also the resolution, the altitude has a significant impact, but also significant at the climatic condition and the vegetal field. These are different, are considered as distinguished for the two periods, summer, winter. And we also examine the accessibility and the social context, because we notice, and it's quite proved that there is a higher probability for a spread, for a fire to be hit in areas near a network or near urban zone. So all these components, the static risk component, should be processed. It has been processed and weighted, classified in order and merged in only in a unique data set. In the case of Sicily, this data set already existed. It is called DRPG. For Greek region, we have to build it, so we have to collect all the information and applied all the same process and the same methodology in order to get this GRPC. For the in situ data, we use also the community boundaries in order to get the limit of the municipalities, countries, province, etc. So the process relies on the condition of forest indices, which have been classified in as statics, dynamic, and predictive. And the innovation of this procedure, the procedure we implement, lies in the introduction on the dynamic component with the information of the land surface temperature and the vegetation index. These indices enable to estimate the vegetation hazard in direct relation to the reality of the territory. And of course, we distinguish the static component. This component introduce all what we have seen before in the in situ data, that is the climatic condition, the land use, the morphology, that is the characteristic of the area in study, and the infrastructure, and also the predictive component. This is the daily forecast, which is provided at 24, 48, and 62 hours, and it gives information of the fire weather index and classification. So based on these indicators, respective maps have been built. Statistics regards the long-term statistics, long-term components, the media of the condition of the vegetation. They have the context of the vegetation for the last. We have taken 10 years. That is also with the infrastructure and etc. The same for dynamic. We built the map with the condition of the vegetable in the last 10 days, and the predictive map running dynamic risk components. So the DELIASON map is a result of these maps, of the weighted sum of this map, and it products the daily fire risk forecast map. This is a process for the summer period. For winter period, of course, the dynamic component was not significant, and that it has been retrieved. The vegetation component has not effect on the process. So we conserve only the two components. This is the result. Results you can see at a different scale. We can have the presentation at the pixel 1 kilometer square, at the municipality square, and the province county scale. So this scale. As you can see, the first two maps have been produced during a hot day in summer last year, while the last one has been produced during winter, of course. The same result have been done for the other areas, Panitha and Dadia, and we have the result for the forecast at 24 and 48 hours, and during the weekend at 72 hours. So the process to complete we have proceeded to rigorous testing in Sicily, and we make some comparison with hotspot coming from MODIS and with satellite instrument from fields of NASA, and the fire radiation power product from MSAT. Also, we compare with the data sets of intervention provided by the Forestry Information System and GECOS system, which is active in Sicily. And also another element of comparison, the burnt area provided by the platform EFIS. Here we can see the more detail of our control activity. This one is also during a hot period in summer last year. The same process validation has been performed. We have carry out similar tests for Dadia and Panitha. Hotspot, we use the same MODIS and VIRS and MSG FRP, and the burn area. Here you can see what we have done. I don't know, I have never been in Greece, so I have to check. We have to check effectively if it could be aligned, if our solution could be aligned with what it happened with the hotspot. So we can go on with how the process has been introduced inside the platform. The EO4EU platform manages the entire processing workflow, fetching the requesting EO through the knowledge graph model, is fetching the FRM dataset and the 10 NDVI dataset. We integrate also the in-situ data, the boundaries, and the statistic context condition. And all this is managed by the data source node. Then the fetching dataset are preprocessed by the preprocessing node, which performs the activity of scaling, reprojecting, merging, cropping, etc. The preprocessed data are they pass to the algorithm who carry out the forecast. This one is done in a separate server, which is called Jigsaw. And then the data output node passes the result to the other components, customer face and the AR XR component, where it is possible to see the result. All the daily maps produced. The solution can be accessed, the workflow can be run, and is available using a Jupyter node with Python code, but it can be also accessed directly using a Python code that kind of API that can be directly given to the stakeholders to be exploited by the decision support system. So to have an easier solution. This is the result in the AR XR model that will be presented after. So it's easy to get the solution, to see the solution, to customize the solution. We can use style file to configure the level of risk, etc. So that's all for my part, and maybe we can invite Kaka to present the EO4EU platform and the solution as it is implemented in the platform.
Thank you, Natalie. Thank you, Christina, also for the introduction. And thank you, Natalie, for your, if you can say, quite extensive and quite educative presentation. I would like also to share my screen. Okay. So what I would like to present, I don't know if you can see the slides. Okay.
Yes.
EO4EU. I don't want to repeat what all the things that Natalie and Christina has already presented about EO4EU. This is the architecture, the technical architecture, and I don't want to afraid you with all this, we can say, complicated system. What I would like to keep in mind is that EO4EU is a whole platform that supports from the left part, all the Earth observation translated in a knowledge graph and all the information to be harmonized under the same, if you can say, information. You can see if you have been aware or you have been working with Sentinel, Sentinel-1, Sentinel-2, ERA-5, all the Earth observation data have their own APIs and their own information. So we would like to make a harmonization to all this information under the umbrella of EO4EU platform. Of course, we're providing also fusion and machine learning capabilities through this platform, and this platform is quite dynamic. You can think that the platform provides to all the users enough capabilities, either in memory or in processing units, in order to run your own experiments with specific Earth observation data. So this is the data tier, the mail, the front. In the front, you are going to see the graphical user interface and also AR/XR as Natalie presented before, and the backend, the hard work that we're not going to be quite analytic. So why a user to use EO4EU? First of all, we can think it as a one-stop shop of data sources. There is no need to keep updated in the changes in the APIs of the data sources. Many times the Earth observation providers are changing the APIs, the attributes, so you have to keep in searching and go and updating your code or your application. That is not our case. It's our problem, if you can say, in order to be updated and to keep the knowledge graph or our knowledge database updated. The infrastructure, of course, you don't need to run quite extensive and quite complicated and resource demanding machine learning algorithms or any other applications to be done in your premises. We are renting, in quotes, our clusters that are created on demand for your own purposes. And we are having also already implemented machine learning and fusion models as a toolbox. Of course, we're giving you also an extension, because we cannot, from through the project life cycle, to add everything as models in machine learning and fusion. You can build your own model, you can test it and upload it in a Python code or as a Jupyter notebook inside our platform. And of course, there are AR and VR technologies for the visualization that can be quite informative to present your own knowledge. A user, probably here is a specific workflow in EO4EU. A user has to be registered in the platform. He can set the data sources and select different data sources for a specific area or a specific time. Then he creates a workflow. The workflow in our dictionary is a chain of actions. Also, Natalie, from her part, she's using workflow. Workflow is just a chain of action, as it was already demonstrated. Use predefined functions, start the workflow, get the data, visualize the data that are produced. Another thing is that you can upload your own data sets. For example, here we are having different chain of actions, different workflows for specific different areas. For Sicily, for the forest of Vadia that is in Greece, and also for Parnithas that is already it's also in Greece. That we would like to test the specific geolocation with the specific characteristics, the file probability, so you can have your own upload datasets. You can also upload your own models through the function as a service. And of course, we can say that you can use, as in this use case about the file prediction, as a black box. As a user here, you can think that you can push a magic button for file forecasting for the specific 3 different areas and for 3 different seasons. So we are talking about 6 different use cases. And you can run it daily, or in order to get the probability of the fire risk estimation for a specific area. So you're a user, you don't want to go through the graphical user interface or whatever is provided by EO4EU platform, but you want to use it and to get through the API specific data, specific product. As you can see here, wait. Okay. Here is the portal. What a user through the registration he can show in this EO4EU platform. You can see all the descriptions. Here is a tutorial, the marketplace of all the functionalities that we are providing to you for the processing functionalities. You can search here, for example, all the data. For example, you can search Sentinel data, what is provided through the EO4EU platform. So we are having a query search for giving you all the different data sources that are integrated already in the knowledge graph. And here you can see the different data sources, ADAM, Destiny, SimCC, NOAA, Sentinel, Inspire, UMEChat. All these data sets are integrated and used in the EO4EU platform. Workflow Creator is to create workflows. We can discuss it a little bit later. And the workflows you can see here, as Natalie said, we are having different users, 3 different users for a specific area of interest. For example, user N or user 1 is dedicated for Sicily. And here you can see also the chain of actions that we have implemented. In the data source, we have uploaded for the Sicily, as you can say, in situ data that is having all the regional and the geographic parameters for the specific region. We are having a fusion, a pre-processing of the data and the harmonization that is be done by our case, provided also by Natalie, that's described before. And we are having the data output. The data are in either that customer phase means either as a graph or with the use of the AR XR capabilities. For example, we can see here, let's take one that is completed. User 1 winter. Here you can see a specific area of interest. If I'm not mistaken, I can upload also a specific color map, whatever it is provided by you, to have all the legends based on your application. Okay, so let's see what we were having here. Here I have to upload it. Okay, I have to wait a little bit in order to be uploaded in the XRVR. Natalie, do I have to make a refresh?
No, it's good. We are in winter period, so it's good.
Okay, perfect.
This is
so,
it's correct.
Okay, perfect. So we are talking about the Sicily. Here you can see other also things that are uploaded in the that we are having inside our in our bucket, in our data as our data files, the region province, the land use from what I think. This is the main data. I don't know about other also statistics, but you can see here that is quite helpful to demonstrate. And here is, I think, the whole Europe of the resource. Okay, so this is about the ARXR. Of course, as a file explorer, you can check whatever is your bucket. You can see here what the Fusion has provided. If the algorithm ran correctly, you can see logs. What is the source? So the source in our case are 3 datasets. It's the NDVI from the UMEChat that they're having, I think, in 10 days, the some provisions. You can see also FRM files from 24, 48, and 72 attributes, and the in situ data that for a specific region you can see different in situ files. If, for example, I am selecting a different user, so I think this one is from Greece, you can see in the in situ that there is, for example, a differentiation based in the in situ data that we are providing to you. Okay, so all of this is a toolset, is provided to all the user for the processing and the visualization of Earth observation data. Here, I can already provide you that we have already told that for a use case 7 or for is a classical example that we have implemented in order to provide a specific function, a red button that you are going to push and to run daily the fire risk estimation coming from EO4EU. I'm going to split it in specific steps because if I'm going to provide you the whole code or the whole functionality, probably you will not make it easy for you to rerun it, but I'm going to go step by step in order to guide you how you can use also from your side this specific request. So what we would like to install is these two libraries. The most important is the Python library for EO4EU API utilities. Here I'm having just an architecture of how a user is using the EO4EU. You can see here you are the user, you are just a black box, a black button. This black button goes to EO4EU that requests two different data sources, NDVI and FRM, makes the resizing and all the fusion processes, and then we are requesting something from the Jigsaw, from the fire risk estimation provided by IES and Natalie, and all this information are coming back, and all these risk maps are coming back to our case. Okay, so the first thing is also we can install some also libraries. We have to provide the production environment of EO4EU, your username and password in order to be connected in the EO4EU platform. For example, here is what we can say. It is the same credentials that you can see when you're making the registration. And then we are initializing our client for authentication in order everything goes in our account. What we can do is to request to make a query, for example, from the human chat with the NDVI attribute and get all the data sets that are having this, that are quite similar to this. Here you can see if I'm going to run the same, for example, here I'm going to select UMEChat and NDVI. Probably you can see the two different data sources that we are having in the EO4EU knowledge graph. So we're doing the same also for the fire. Here you can see also the details about what are these two data sets, what they are computing. Fire risk, for example, is the prediction. We are having prediction for the next hours about daily forecast. Then DVI is 10 days composable images. There are two functionalities that we have already assigned, but it's not something that you have to know because this is coming from EO4EU. You can see, you can check if you are having any workflows that are running. Of course, I don't have, I can check it also from the workflow editor that I'm having some completed error and publishing. So probably if I'm changing here these two completed, I'm going to see several workflows. We can see the workflows and their ID code. And here, probably I can search by workflow name. what workflow name, because the important thing is to get the workflow ID. What is for example, I can search it for user 3 winter, for Parnitha, here is the workflow ID, and I can do a daily estimation and to update my data that I'm having in my workflow daily. So what I want to search is this is about the humans. The humans that, if I'm not mistaken, Natalie, coming from these data sources.
Yes.
If it was with the original way, I can see here for the 10 days, I have 3 different buckets that I want to download. And the most update is 21 of December 2025. So 21 of October, I'm sorry, 2025. So I'm going to run it. And Natalie, I have run it already for 7th of November 2025. Can we run it also for 8th of November? Because I know it's about the time.
Yes, it should be ready now. It should be ready.
Okay,
usually it's ready.
Yes, please. What is the time that it's usually updated the data for the next day?
At 10, maybe 11 for you. It's usually the data set is ready.
So I'm running also for today's attributes. Okay, I'm encoding the data. I'm updating. Here is the updating of the script. I don't know if you have any questions about now. Till now.
Yes, there is a question in the chat.
Okay.
Are all these libraries open source, and if anyone can use them?
Yes. And we are more than welcome to use this API. You can send, I will say also that you can send us an email, and I can also, to whoever is interested, I can share the notebook in order to rerun or to make in his premises the sources in order to rerun the use cases. Of course, it's open, it's an open source, okay? So I'm doing this. Okay. And what I'm going to do, 200 is something that is okay, that is updated, okay. And what I have to do is to run the workflow. Okay. I'm taking 200 code, that is okay. So probably here in the workflow editor, what I can see is that one use case is publishing, and probably it will change his status from publishing, published, and running. And afterwards, we are going to have 2 different statuses. Published, running, you can see that this changing online, completed, that a use case is completed successfully, error, a use case has been completed with an error, or stopped. I can, in either case, whenever I think that I have made a mistake, something that I haven't put, for example, the correct in situ data, I can stop and I can change something in my workflow. You can see here, for example, for a completed use case, you can change the data source, you can update with another algorithm, you can upload new data sources from here, you can upload a new file. So the use case is completely editable if the use case is an error, completed, or stopped. Stopped, it means that the user decides that he would like to stop the workflow in order to update it, to delete it, or to do something. All your data, of course, are available through the File Explorer. You're selecting the number of a specific workflow name, and you can see here everything that you can download it locally, you can check, you can do whatever you are wishing for. So when this workflow is going to end, I'm going to run, for example, here, the 24 Jigsaw application or whatever is your application that you would like to connect. When I'm having only an if status that I would like when the workflow is completed or stopped. It's whatever you would like to do as an updating. And from these things also you can list, you can download it, for example, the files, and all this I can provide it to you, to the users of this specific use case server, a whole Python script that can run everything automatically with just a simple run, or I can provide you with the API or the guidelines to the graphical user interface in order to have hands-on. If I'm not mistaken, Christina, we can have, as users, we can guide you in the hands-on session with the specific steps to register in the EO4EU platform, to send you the notebook, to start running, and all these things. Also, I forgot that here in the left part, you can see a notifications. The notifications is, as you understand, all the components. We cannot have a time estimation because it depends from the input, the data source, the input of the data and the processing that you need in order to finalize a specific chain of actions. What we can do is to provide you an indication in which part we are in a specific workflow. For example, right now, for user 2 winter, for user 3 winter that is running, we are having downloaded the data source. So the data source, all the data have been downloaded, and we are during the fusion because it's 0. Whenever step is completed, we are updating with 1 by 1 or 1 by 2 or whatever. This is from my part. Probably we will have questions.
Yes, we do have. We need, do we have the use case 7 notebook?
Yes, this is one, and I will send it to whenever is. I don't know how you want to proceed, Christina. Do you want to gather a list in order to disseminate this to the users? Because what I would like to say is that we have to get the registration and to guide them to create this chain of actions and to also send the in situ data from Natalie.
Yes, I have forwarded you first of all the link of the EO4EU platform, so you can click it in the last chat that I have sent you. You can, it will forward you to, it will guide you to the EO4EU platform. You need also to have an authorization tool. We still do that, or we have.
No, the authorization tool is not. It's not. No.
Okay.
We just know we need
use.
the username for the username and the password. We haven't uploaded the new in situ data. I will provide to all the users and through the manual, the new manual, the notebooks together with the Google Maps, because right now we're talking about the update and a print screen of the workflow. Yes.
Okay. Can we do that now?
I think yes. Let me share.
Just for the rest, until we for me and Katya prepare you the appropriate data, please go to the platform, make a registration, create an account. For me, it's still asking a code because I have the old version.
Okay, and probably, if I'm not mistaken, in the user guide, in the use cases, we were having this. Okay, I can upload right now. Okay. Sorry. I'm just stopping my sharing just to prepare the in situ data. Okay, for just upload everything. Okay. And I am uploading also. So, Christina, in the link provided in the Google portal right now, probably all the users can check. Oh, what is it? Okay, all the users can find a use case 7 folder. In the use case 7 folder, I'm having the winter and the summer zips that a user can have as in situ with a specific area of interest. And I'm having the risk legend about the AR/VR and the use case 7 updated notebook.
This is the second folder because we have two different.
The first,
not the use case 7 zip. The first that doesn't say zip. Use case 7, right?
The first one is the notebook that I have done it, but I think it's more the most efficient way is to have it uploaded inside this folder in the Google Drive provided in the manuals.
So I will share my screen. So you are going there. As you can see, this is what Katja has shared with you. As you can see.
Christina, I'm sorry. Yes. Can you please go to the dashboard to open the tutorials?
This.
No?
To the platform.
To the dashboard. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Go to the user guide. Just okay. The user guide.
Oh, sorry.
And for the user guide, we go into the use case tutorials and we are clicking in the Google Drive. Yes.
Here.
Here. Yes. And inside, we're having use case 7.
Mm-hmm.
In the use case 7,
we have the 3 users of winter.
We have the 3 users, winters of the, this is the in situ data. This is the summer, the 3, if you can say different in situ data for the summer, use case 1, use case 2, use case 3. Use case 1 is for Sicily, use case 2 is for Vadia, use case 3 is for Parnetha area. And inside the previous in the upper folder.
In the upper folder.
Yes, you can check. You can check that we're having the notebook use case 7 updated, and the risk legend of that I have uploaded in the ARXR attributes as we have shown in the previous step.
Okay, that sounds perfect. So some of the things that Katja is showing you is for more technical users, but the results, because it is, if it is integrated in the system, it's very automatically the process. So all the results can be benefit for everyone that has no expertise on the field. Technical field. So this is the data. If you could please download, you can download the data from here. This is everything is on the Google Drive folder in the EO4EU dashboard that we shared you. And there is, of course, a detailed guide here for every use case, as Katja described, of how you can run this use case. I will leave.
Okay. Sorry. Because right now I was using just to demonstrate something. Christina, can
Yes,
can I share my screen? Thank you.
of course.
Okay, just a moment. Here. Okay. When I'm using this username and password, just to say as an indication, I have put it inside your. I don't know if I share my screen. You can see it, correct? In the notebook details, you can see that username prod and password prod I have added as a keys in the Jupyter notebooks that I'm having. If you're having another way to log in, it's more than welcome. So this is the username and the password in order not to put it with quotes. If you are a user with authentication OTP from the 2 years before registration, please send me an email in order, because we have removed it as a request from the reviewers and the users, this OTP, and we have to update manually your account, please. Okay. Lionel, I'm going to add it to do it myself right now, and I will send to you when you have to check just the account to update from the OTP.
Okay, we will. I think now we can give them a few minutes so that can please guide yourselves within the use case 7, download the data that are on the dashboard. Just try to familiarize yourselves with the platform. And on the same time, we will share with you the link of the evaluation form. The evaluation form is designed for both technical and non-technical people. So it will be appreciated if you could please evaluate the platform and the process. Katja?
Yes, of course. I don't know if you want to go right now step by step. I think it's a good opportunity. But I don't know if it's also in the just for the hands-on session. So first of all, we can open a new. The most easy way is to be registered to go to the Collab Research Google.com and to open a new notebook. This is okay. So, or you can upload it, what I have already showed you as use case 7 updated notebook. The first thing is that we are going to run the specific commands about the libraries. The one is about CDS, API, and EO4EU. I think that the CDS is not all something that is needed, but it has remained. So what we are going to see is downloading several things from the EO4EU and all the applications. Okay. If everything goes smoothly, we're going to see, okay, here a green arrow and successfully installed EO4EU utils. The next thing is that we would like also to add EO4EU utils about the client in order to be connected in the status type. And what we would like to check is to run about, you don't need the dev, the production environment, to grant access and to grant access. In order to run this, to get username and password, the most easy way is here, you can add a new secret with your username and your password. I don't want to write it in order for my credentials, but you can write a specific, for example, username prod, and here you can type your own username. And of course, you can do the same for the password where the name is this attribute, password underscore prod, and the password that you are using for the EO4EU. Of course, the first thing that you have already done is to make a registration. So I'm signing out.
Does anyone have a problem with the registration so that Katya can be... so Katya, sorry, you are showing the registration, so continue.
Yeah. And so the registration, what we need from you is the first name, the last name, an email, username, password, and to confirm the password. This is the, and then you are going to receive a verification email, and this is all about in order to be registered in EO4EU platform. I don't know if someone has wants to wait a little bit in order to make all the registration.
Is there any problem with the registration? Did you try it? Is everything okay now? So since I don't have any response, I think they are okay.
Yeah. So the same username and password, you're going to put it inside the values that you can see here. For example, my username in prod is EO4EU test. That is the same. If I'm going to register in the EO4EU. Oh, signing. Yeah. So I'm putting there the username and the password just to be sure that I'm using the correct one is indeed my username, and then I'm going to create the client for the authentication in order to have authorized this collab. The next thing is to create to request for these two datasets through the KG. What we need is the data from NDVI as we showed in the previous step, and the FRM about the fire. So these are the two databases. And how I do know about these two databases, because I'm having the data that I want also the information about these two data sources. So I know that the ID 120 is about the fire risk that are the daily products, and 119 is about the 10-day NDVI images. Just to keep in mind, we need these two datasets. So for the fire, I'm having also days, months, and years. I am creating these two functionalities that are automated. You just run it for authentication. I don't know if you are with me or not. Okay, I can check because right now we are discussing in use case 7 for resources that I have already been executed. So we want it to be replaced. The first thing is that I have to check about these use cases that are completed. Probably if in order to get a specific workflow ID for a specific name, I don't know which are the completed use cases or the use cases that are still running. Here I'm creating the ID and the ID in order to create the specific, if you can say, request through the KG. I'm doing the encoding. Why I'm needing the encoding? Because in order to have the data scripts inside our KG, from our KG in order to be downloaded, we have to be encoded through the base 64. And what I'm going to create is two things. This is the request in order to update a specific workflow with the data and to start the specific workflow. If I wanted for the first time to create a workflow because I don't have it, but I want this data input as an input, it's going to be the same. If here I want to create a workflow or to update a workflow. The only change is this line. Instead of having update DSL, I'm going to have client workflow create with the specific data. The only thing is that I'm having also to put here a name. So I'm have to put here name. What is going to be the name of my new workflow with, for example, user for .test. Okay. Query, meta, create a workflow, print the status, and then probably I'm going to create a new workflow with the specific datasets inside, if I'm going to create it for the first time. And what I can see here is that I have to put the data source, the data output, the customer facing, the ARXR to connect everything, and of course the fusion functionality about use case 7. How am I doing my data source, how I am uploading my data? I want to have the title in situ. That's just for this specific use case because we're having specific directory processing coming from Natalie through the Fusion. You can select, for example, the Sicily because I'm going to upload the Sicily area. Short title, whatever, I'm just going to put in situ. When was the first timestamp that you have this in situ data coming inside? Let's select Sicily. Perfect. And what is the products? The products, either you can upload it as a zip or as a whole, or you can upload it file by file. For this specific use case, because I said in the Fusion folder, we're having specific processes provided by Natalie and by the use case owner, we are thinking that we are having all the data as it. What these data are RGB. What are the file format are the geotiffs. What is the date? I'm going to put the same date. Okay, and I'm going to select also as a product. Here, submit. Upload. Here, let's say winter one. Submit. Okay. And then what I have to do is to save and publish. Then I'm going back through the arrow to the EO4EU. What I can do is the following. Either I can see here when it compile, whenever right now this is compiled, probably I can rerun it, or I can check what was going wrong here. Probably here is that probably I don't have the prediction. I can rerun it if the FRM are available, just to check. I can fix it with this, but I'm having user 4 up and running, and probably I'm going to see it. The user 3 probably it was from this way, that this data, it wasn't exited till the time that I have run it in Greece. Because I ran it for user 3 and it was successful. And that's all, folks. Probably I can make another workshop for the Colab and for the Python scripts. I don't know if it was more helpful right now.
Sorry, I was muted. Thank you, Katja. I know that we have different type of people in the audience. I know that the algorithm machine learning, the notebook may seem a little bit, let's say, more difficult. It's not very difficult, basically. Since it is integrated in the system, it's very, very easy, basically, for a very simple user. But the main is that you can benefit from the final product, in this case, which is the wildfish maps. So we will leave you a little more time for you to test the platform, just a few more minutes. So on the same time, we have sent you an evaluation form. Of course, we will forward it through our mails, but it would be very benefit if you can evaluate the EO4EU platform as a whole. We don't, of course, ask you technical questions, so don't hesitate to answer and respond to the evaluation. We would like to understand how you feel on the benefits that this kind of massive initiatives platforms can support your work or the decision making in civil protection field, or in different fields and sectors if you are working in different sectors. So I think that we can, yes.
I think that for the problems, we can proceed with the debug through emails or in a separate workflow stream.
I have forwarded also the mail of EO4EU support for everyone that needs something additional, needs something to test in the future, because we have a team dedicated to support exactly this kind of issues or questions. And of course, we are also available for everything. So you have our mail, our mail in the platform and my mail in the registration forms that you have seen. Yes, it will be a recording. This record will be uploaded and it'll be on the website. I can forward you the website right now. And we can share, if you are okay, the slides so that people can understand more easily about how this kind of use case works and its validation process. So here, this is the work series. Here, step by step, if you go the work where it says workshops already available, here is a step of we upload all the presentations of the workshops. We will still having a use case to work for everyone that is interested in want to see something different, because it has already one workshop in use case tip, but we will have something on 27th of November morning. About you, I think we are in a stage to finalize it, so we will communicate that through our website and LinkedIn page. And of course, you can register on the same page that I have sent you now on the workshop series about this workshop. And for more technical users, we have something that it is gonna be on the same day, but in the afternoon, but it will be in Greek. And it will be everything online on the same format. For everyone that is interested about the Greek technical workshop, of course, he can write down to the chat, or you can forward me an email and I can forward the invitation directly. So do you want to leave you sometimes for the hands-on still? I can think we can give 3 more minutes just in case there is some questions, open questions, because we know that these procedures take a lot of time in order to find exactly the question that you want to ask or a problem that you want to solve. One more favor, for those who joined afterwards, after, for instance, the final product that this use case provides, can we one more time to show what's the final product of this use case, for instance, for Parnitha or Cecily, just to remind her, but the detailed, let's say, because we are going from something that